In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create thousands of leads so that you can send emails automatically using make.com that will also generate a specific email specifically for that lead and then send it using your Gmail account. As you can see, I've sent hundreds of emails every single day, and I've even gotten some responses like this one here. We'll be using make.com and Airtable that will store our leads, our emails, and all of our keywords that we're using to generate the emails. If you'd like access to my make.com blueprint that will allow you to import exactly like that without having to go step by step, make sure to check out my school community where I give access to all of my templates. It's a growing community where I offer tech support, live calls, and also a course on faceless YouTube videos so that you can get started on your automation journey. Now let's get on to the automation. Also, if you like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe as it tells me what you like more of. Okay, we'll be starting off in Airtable. Let's go down to this big create button and then start from scratch. Let's name it lead. I named it lead generation. Okay, we're gonna rename this table keywords. And now we're gonna rename this name field to ID. And change it from a single line text to an auto number. Now we're going to delete these three fields because we don't need them. Next, we're going to create a keyword field with a single line text. Okay, next we're going to create a single select. This one will be source site like that. We're going to add a few options. x.com. Instagram.com, Facebook.com, and LinkedIn.com, like that. And then we'll create the field. Sorry, we're going to actually edit the field and make a default option as Instagram. In my testing, the best source sites are x.com and instagram.com because it gets us more newer results quicker. I'll explain a bit more when we get to the lead generation, but we'll leave that for now. Next, let's have a checkbox for bulk generate leads, like that. And then we'll have another single select as email type with an AI email option and a custom email option like that. I like to have the default option as AI email, but it can be whatever you like. Create field. And then we'll create three more checkboxes. We'll have bulk generate emails, and we'll leave that like that. We'll add two more checkboxes. Bulk send emails, like that. And then we're going to create one more checkbox for auto send daily, like that. Okay, after that, we're going to link some tables. We're going to link to other records, and we're going to create new tables. So first one will be leads, like that. Allow linking to multiple records will be on. Create field. After that, we're going to link to 4 other tables. So we're going to create a new field, link to another table, create a new table. This field name will be custom email, but then the table name will be emails, like that. And then allow linking to multiple records off for this one. Create. We're going to close that out. We're going to create 2 more tables. So link to another record, create a new table. This one will be user. Allow linking to multiple records off. Create field. And then one more table. We're going to create a business field and then allow linking to multiple records off. Like that. Let's go out to the end and create one more field. It's going to be a formula. And then inside the formula text box, it will be a record ID, then close the parentheses like that. And then let's rename this field to record, capital ID, That. Okay, we set this up. Now let's go to our user. And actually, let's rename this field to users like that. And business, we will rename to businesses. Businesses like that. Save. Okay, for users, let's rename this name field to ID and create an auto number. Confirm change. Now let's insert right. And we're going to insert a full name like that, single line text. And then we are going to link to another table. We're going to link to businesses. Allow linking to multiple records off. We'll skip that. This way you can create a record for yourself as the user. So I'm going to create a chance buyer full name as I'm the user. What this will be useful for is if you have different users that you want to create different businesses or emails with, you can create another, all you have to do is create another user and then create another business for that user, and you get to send emails as if that was a different business sending different lead generation, and then you can specify keywords for that user and business. Okay, next let's go to businesses. Okay, now we're going to change this name field to an ID as well as an auto number. That. Confirm change. For this field name, we're going to create a business name field like that as a single line text. And then we're going to insert right again. We're going to create a description field like that as a long text. Cool, at this point you can go ahead and create your business. So for me, Avocode Digital like that, and then description. And then this is my description I did for my business. Okay, now that we did that, let's go back to keywords and let's go to the user. Let's add lookup fields. Let's add the full name. I like to rename this full name field to just be full name. And then go into the business lookup field, add lookup fields. I'm going to create business name and description like that. And we're going to edit those fields as well to remove this field. Okay, perfect. The last table that we need to edit is the leads table. Okay, now that those have all been added, we just need to create a couple more views. So let's rename this view as all keywords like that. Okay, we're going to create 2 more grids. So let's go down here to this create grid like this. We're going to generate leads grid, and we're going to create 1 more grid, which will be auto send daily like that. Now let's go back into generate leads and let's filter, add a condition, and we're going to do where keyword is not empty. Add another condition where source site is not empty, and then we're going to add 1 more condition where bulk generate leads is check marked. Perfect. Now let's go to auto send daily, and here we're going to add a couple more filters. So go in here, let's change this to find the user, and user is not empty. We're going to go into here again and go to business is not empty. We're going to go into here and whoops, delete that. We're going to go into here where keyword is not empty, and we're going to go into here where source site is not empty. And then we're going to go to the email type is not empty. And then 1 more where auto send daily is checkmarked. Perfect. Okay, we're fully done with keywords. Now let's go over to leads. Okay, in here, I changed the name field to be email field. And then I changed the field type to an email. And then I hit save, confirm change. Okay, next I went into this keywords and we're going to edit this field. We're going to name it just keyword since we're only linking 1 keyword, and allow linking to multiple records off. Okay, we're going to confirm the change. Okay, and we're going to add lookup fields. We're going to add quite a few. We're going to add keyword. We're going to add email type, bulk generate email, bulk send emails, and then we're going to do custom email. We're We're going to add also full name. We're going to add business name, description, and record ID. Okay, so we're going to add 9 fields. So remember keyword, email type, bulk generate email, bulk send emails, custom email, full name, business name, description, record ID. Okay, add all 9 fields. And we're going to go in here and edit the fields. This one will be keyword name, like that. This one will just name email type, like that. This one will name bulk generate email, like that. This one will name bulk send emails. And here we'll leave it as custom email, like that. Full name. This is from keyword, so it is the sender full name. The business name is sender. We're going to remove this. It'll be sender business name, like that. And then this one, the description, we are going to change sender business description, like that. And then record ID from keyword can stay the same. And we're going to hide most of these fields. So hide email type, hide bulk generate email, hide bulk send emails, hide custom field. These can stay the same. Record ID, also hide field. Okay, after that, we are going to add single text. This one will be named lead full name, like that. We're gonna add a couple more fields. It will be lead company name, single line text. We're gonna add lead website, single line text. We're gonna add lead phone number, and this one we can leave as a phone number type, like that. And then let's link to another table. This one we're going to link to emails and allow linking to multiple records off. And then this one will be named email assigned, like that. We can skip that, and then we're going to add one more checkbox, which will be email sent, like that. Okay, now that we've finished the columns for leads, we're going to change the views. So let's rename this view to all leads. Let's create a grid. This one will be named leads by keyword, like that. And then we're going to group by keyword, like that. We're going to add 2 more grids. This one will be generate emails, like that. This one will have some filters, so let's add conditions where bulk generate email is checkmarked. Add another condition. Okay, we need to add some email fields. So let's go to emails and finish off this table, and then we'll go back to views on leads. Okay, and here we're going to edit these fields. We're going to change it to lead and then allow linking to multiple records off. And then keywords, we're going to not look up fields, we're going to edit the field. And the keyword, I like to name it keyword and then parentheses for custom email.
Yeah.
Just like this, and then allow linking to multiple records. That can stay on. And we're going to actually name it keywords because we're linking to multiple records. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to lead and add some lookup fields. We're going to add the email. So we're going to add email, and then we are going to add email sent, like that. I'm going to rename these to just email. That. And then edit this to email sent, like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Now let's create a few more fields. Let's create a single line text that will be email subject, like that. And then email greeting as a single line text. And then we're going to add the long text for email text. And then we're going to add the single line text for email signature. So email signature like that. And then we're going to create the field. Okay, now let's go back to leads. Okay, now let's go to the email assigned. Let's go to all leads. And then you see this email assigned. We're going to add lookup fields. We're going to add the email subject, email greeting, email text, and then email signature, like that. And we're going to go into each of these fields and remove that.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have all of those ready, okay, once we have that, we're going to go back to the generate emails view. I'm going to go back to the filter. Okay, then we're going to go to email assigned is empty, like that. Add another condition where email sent is not checked. And then we're going to go to sender, lag. Okay, we're going to go to sender, full name is not empty. Sender business name is not empty. And then sender business description is not empty. And then last one, email type is not empty. Okay, perfect. We're gonna add one more view here. And this one will be send emails, like that. We're gonna add a few filters. Let's go here, let's add condition. This one we have bulk send emails is checkmarked. Add another condition where email sent is not checkmarked. And then we're gonna have another one where email assigned is not empty. And then another one where, and oh, I think I forgot to add a field. So let's go back to all leads and let's go to, we're gonna go to this lead phone number. We're gonna insert right like this. I'm gonna have an and we add an unsubscribed field, which will be a checkbox, like that. Now let's go back to send emails. Let's go back to unsubscribed, like that, is unmarked. Okay, perfect. That is all of the Airtable stuff. All we'll have to add now is the automations inside the Airtable. But for now, let's add our keyword. Let's go to all keywords. Let's delete these three since they were generated. This one I just generated. And we'll turn the auto send daily off for now. We'll add the keyword, which will be business owner, like that. We'll have the source site be Instagram, AI email, and we're gonna make sure we add our user, which will be me, and then add our business, which would be that. And now we're set to automate this keyword to generate the leads. If you want access to this full template so you can import it immediately, check out the school community here, which will be the first link in the description. Also, check out the make.com link down in the description so that you can create your make.com account. Now let's get on to the step-by-step process. We're gonna go to our scenarios and we're gonna create a new scenario. Let's name this scenario lead generator demo. And something I forgot is I'm going to rename this lead generation Airtable to be demo, like that. Just because I already created the lead generation, I want to have different names for the Airtable. Once you are in Make and you created the new scenario, we're going to go to Airtable. We're going to watch responses. For hook, we're going to add a new hook. This will be lead generation. I named it lead generation demo and hit save. For now, you can just hit OK. And we're going to save this scenario. Okay, once we have that saved, let's add a router. Okay, once we're here, we're going to save one more time and we're going to go back to our Airtable. We're going to go to automations. We are going to add a trigger. When record enters view, We're going to select table, keywords, generate leads. And then here we're going to run a script. The script you can paste in like this. All of the prompts and scripts that I use will be in my school community. So you can go there if you want to paste that in. If not, you can pause here and type it in. Make sure to not type that in as that will be changing. Okay, now let's add an input variable. Let's have the name be record ID. Make sure record ID is exactly how it is. I have all lowercase record and then capital I and then lowercase d. And the value will be the when record enters view, and it's going to be that record ID there. I don't know why that is an error. Okay, once you have that, we are going to go back to Airtable. We're going to copy this webhook, and we're going to put it in between these two quotes like that. Okay, with that, it should be done. Make sure you have the action as generate leads, and let's copy that. Finish editing. Let's add one more, update record. We're going to select keywords. The record ID will be the first one, like that. And then the fields bulk generate leads will have unchecked marked, so we're unchecking that. Okay, one thing we should also do is rename this automation to generate leads, like that. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to our scenario. Is it okay? Okay, let's actually test this response. So let's run once. Let's go back to Airtable. Let's choose a record. Oh, okay, we need to go back to data. Let's go back to keywords and then bulk generate leads. Let's go back to here. That should show up now. Perfect. Now let's run the script. Like that. Let's go back to scenario, and it looks like we got what we wanted. So this first filter will be action equal to generate leads, like that. We'll hit OK. Okay, perfect. Let's continue on. Let's go to Airtable for this first module. Let's get a record. We will have to create a new Airtable connection because we created a new Airtable. So let's go to Airtable OAuth. Let's name this connection lead generation demo, like that. Lead generation demo. Let's save. Let's go through the OAuth, add a base, lead generation demo, grant access. I've reached the maximum, so I'll have to change that. I'll be right back. Okay, I fixed that. This should work now. Grant access. Okay, perfect. Now let's select the base, lead generation demo. The table will be keywords. The record ID will be the first Airtable module. Click OK. Next, we're going to type in Appify. I'm going to run an actor. Okay, and here, if you haven't used Apify or Appify, you can add a connection by using your API token, and you can find that here in this link. So if you go to that, if you haven't ever used Appify before, it's essentially where a bunch of APIs have been created for specific use cases. And they're all mostly scrapers. So if you go to the Appify store, there's a Google Maps extractor, which is great for lead generation, and also a Google search results scraper. And this one is super cheap. By the way, you get $5 free for creating an account. When you create an account with Appify, they give you $5 credit. And so you basically get over 1,000 results for free. That means close to around 5,000 actual leads. Now there are other costs for this integration like Make, Airtable, and ChatGPT, but this one is super cheap. So we go to the actor, and this is an example of what we are doing for the search. So if we go to the Google search scraper, this is an example of what we are going to be searching for. Essentially, it's a Google search that has the specific keyword that you chose, the site that you're choosing. So for this example, it's x.com. And then we are supplying that it must contain Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail.com emails within the search, okay? And that makes it so we're pulling up people's profiles on X, and it shows in their bio that they have a public email address. And that public email address is something that we can use as a lead. So once you have your API key for Appify and this Google search results scraper is in your actors list, we should be able to go back to make.com. Once you supply that API token, you should be able to see the Google search scraper like that. And then these are the options that we're going to provide. So run synchronously, we're going to run as yes. And then the input JSON. The input JSON, this is what I pasted from my previous iteration. We're adding the source site. So let's make sure we fix these links right here. And then keyword, like that. So essentially it's the same query, but we're doing it in JSON. And we're getting 100 results per page and then 3 pages worth. So about 250 possible searches. And within that, there'll be like half, about 100, 150 actual leads within that per search. Okay, now again, I'll have this JSON within my school community, so check that out. Okay, build will be latest. Timeout will be 60,480 seconds. Memory will be 124. Okay, and then we're gonna hit OK. Now, because I like to give it some extra time to not error out, I do a sleep. And I sleep for 60 seconds just to make sure that all the results are within Appify. After that, I go back to Appify and I get a data set. And the data set ID is this default data set ID from the first module. Be clean, the format will be JSON, and the limit, let's just say as 500. Okay, after that, we are going to go to JSON, and we're going to transform to JSON. And we're going to take in, so I think I have to run this data set. So let's do that right now. Let's save everything, save anyway. Let's run once, run anyways. Okay, once that is running, let's go back to Airtable, and then let's run this script. Okay, as you can see, the Appify is starting. Okay, as you can see, it fully finished. We're gonna go into here, and we should be able to see all of these results. We're going to go into the organic results, and we're just to supply that as the object. Okay, once we have this, let's create another module for OpenAI. Create a completion. You'll have to have your API connection. The model will be ChatGPT 4 latest. Okay, once we created the JSON, we're going to go to OpenAI. We're going to create a completion. Make sure you have your OpenAI connection. We're going to use the latest model. Make sure max tokens is 0 if you want the best response. You can also mess around with this and add and change the max tokens so you can save some credits, but it might mess up the number of leads that you get. So next we're going to add messages. We're going to add a user message, text content. I'm going to add this prompt. Basically returns a JSON array and formats all of the first name, company. Make sure the link is correct, so make sure it is JSON string on the bottom. That will hold all of the JSON from the search results. And then we're going to show advanced settings, and we're going to change this response format to JSON object. And we're going to parse JSON response and then hit OK. And then we're going to add an iterator right here. And then in order to get the result leads array, we're going to have to run this OpenAI. So let's do that right now. Let's save everything. Let's run once, run anyways. Let's go back here, run script. Okay, I just stopped it, but it ran through the first time with OpenAI. And we go into the iterator. We should be able to see leads like that. Perfect, let's go into that and then select OK. Okay, after that, we are going to add a text parser. And this will be a match pattern advanced, okay? The pattern that I'm going to be using is this. This pattern essentially is a valid email format. So there's no spaces, it has an @ character, and then has a dot character that can be any domain and any number of words within these valid characters. So that makes it so it is all correct. And we make sure we enter the email that we have. That. Okay, the text parser is done. Let's add a filter here to make sure that email exists. If email exists, then we're good. Now we are going to add 2 more Airtable modules. This one will be a search records, and we're going to search the leads table to see if we've already added that email. If we already added the email, we don't want to add it. So let's go to the leads table. View can be anything. This one can be email, keyword name. It doesn't really matter as far as this, so just a couple records. And then the formula we're using is this one. So I just pasted this in. Let's make sure we fix all of these links. Keyword should be the ID. The keyword ID is the first Airtable ID, like that. Sorry, it is the ID number for keyword. So it's this ID right here. It is not the record ID that you see on the top. So it's this middle one right here. And then email is all the way up top is this email right here. And then limit should be 1. Let's hit OK. Now let's add a filter here. Fallback match exists. Let's make sure that that text parser has that. And then if this does not pull up anything in Airtable, then we get to create the lead. So let's go down to lead generation demo, and we're gonna have to update the OAuth. We're gonna access lead generation demo. Okay, let's select the base. Select the leads demo, the leads table. Email will be email. Keyword will be all the way down here, be the record ID. The lead full name will be full name. Lead company name will be company name. Website will be website URL. Lead phone number will be lead phone number. Unscribe will be leave empty. Everything else we can leave empty, and we'll just hit OK. And let's make sure we add a filter here. Total number of bundles, numeric equal to 0. So make sure that there's nothing just coming up in the previous lead search. Okay, since we have everything set, let's save this and let's run once. And let's go back to Airtable. Let's test action. Okay, perfect. For that one keyword and that one site, which is Instagram.com, it generated 44 leads. Let's check that out. Let's go to data. Let's go to leads, and let's go to all leads. Okay, I'm blocking out the email and the full name for the lead, but these are the 44 leads that we just generated. As you can see, it has the keyword business owner, and then all of these emails, and all of these first names, company names, websites. Okay, since we have the lead generation all completed, let's get on to the email, the AI emails and the custom email workflow. So let's go back to Airtable. Let's go to automations. Let's duplicate this. Let's rename it. Generate emails like that. Let's change this table to leads and then generate emails. Then this script, let's change the action to generate emails like that, and then everything else can stay the same. And then we can delete this update record like that. Okay, perfect. Let's choose a record. None of them are done. So let's go to data. Let's go to emails. Sorry, let's go to bulk generate email. Let's check mark that. Generate emails, choose record, still not showing up. Okay, I found an error. If you go to the leads table and then you go to generate emails, the view, let's go to filter by, let's change this to is empty. And then we hit apply. And then all of these emails should be ready to generate. Let's go to automations, let's go to generate email, let's choose record. Let's not run the script yet. Let's go back to here. Let's add an action and then generate emails. Like that, hit OK. Okay, within make, we're going to go to Airtable, get a record. We're gonna go to the lead generation demo. Within the base, the table will be leads, and the record ID we can get from the first Airtable watch responses. And then let's add a router to this. Let's auto line. Okay, let's add a filter in here and just double check that the email signed right here does not exist, like that. Okay, within this router, let's go into here, and then within the email type, let's make sure we hit the 1, and then equal to AI email, like that. Let's hit OK. Let's make sure we go into email type again, and we'll equal this to custom email, like that. Okay, for the AI email route, which is the top one, let's go to OpenAI, create a completion. Let's go to the latest model. Let's add a message, user role, text content. I'm going to paste in this giant prompt. And let's go down to max tokens, make sure that's 0. Okay, and here I'm going to be changing a few things. So recipient name is the lead full name. Recipient company is the lead company name. And then sender name will be sender within the little object. Make sure you go down to the 1 and then hit that. Same for business name. Let's go down to 1 and then hit that. And then last one will be description. Let's go into there and add the description. Perfect. That would be it for that. Make sure to pause here to get the entire prompt, or you can check out my school community to get that. Okay, let's hit OK. Okay, something I also forgot is this OpenAI prompt is a JSON. So we need to go to the show advanced settings and response format JSON object. Okay, now we're ready. Let's go to Airtable and create a record. The base, select the base. The table will be emails. And then in order to get the JSON object that we get from ChatGPT, we need to run this. Okay, so for now, let's just hit OK. And because we don't want this to run yet, let's unlink it and let's save everything. Let's run once. Let's go back to Airtable. Let's go to automations, generate emails. The generate emails is already done. Let's test this action. Okay, as you see, it went all the way through all of these filters and ended up at the ChatGPT. And you should be able to see the result. There's JSON. Let's make sure we parse the JSON. I noticed it was not parsed, so that is a mistake. So we need to make sure that is set to yes. And then let's save and let's run one more time. Okay, as you see, I ran it one more time and we go into the results, and then there is the parsed information that we want. So let's link that back up. Let's go to name. Okay, I'm noticing one more mistake. I'm noticing that this is a name within the email table, and we need to go back to our table and let's rename this to ID and make that an auto number, and then we'll save, confirm change. And now if we go back to this, let's refresh the emails, and then there is no auto number, so that's perfect. So now the email subject, let's add the subject. Greeting, let's add the greeting. Email text, let's add the text. And then signature, there's signature. And then hit OK. And then that is your AI emails generated. Okay, this next section is the custom emails section. What the custom email is, if you want to create a email that is basically a template and it has specific wordage, it has a paragraph that you want to add, your own signature, we basically take that template in, we throw it into ChatGPT and change any of the recipient details, like the first name will go within the greeting, and any other details that we want to change within the template. And then ChatGPT will change those things that are dynamic and then give us what we want, which is more of a controlled email that we get to have. So let's go back into Airtable and let's create a custom email. So in here, let's go to emails. Let's go to email subject. This one will be a question for you. Question for, and then parentheses company name, and then end bracket. So that's basically a dynamic thing that you can do, and that ChatGPT will replace that if there's a company name. And then the email greeting, which will be hi, and then first name, like that, and then comma. For email text, I created this little one sentence with a question at the end, and then email signature, thanks, comma. So this is a custom email. We are going to add it to the keyword business owner, and then we're going to change the email type to custom email, just that so that we can see. Let's go to here, let's choose record. Let's start this Okay, so now that we have the custom email that we've added, now let's get that within Make. Let's just go to Airtable. Let's get a record. Let's go to base. Table will be keywords. And then this one will be custom email and then number 1. And sorry, the table is actually email. We're not getting the keywords. We already got the keyword. We're getting the email. And the email will be the same record ID like that. And we'll hit OK. Now let's save this and let's run once. Let's go back to automations. Make sure we select the record that we want. And then let's run script. Okay, as you can see, it ran through and we're getting all of our template custom email. So you can see it has all these placeholders. And this is what ChatGPT is going to be filling in for us for all of those emails. So let's go to create another module. Let's go to OpenAI, create a completion. The model will be ChatGPT 4 latest. Maximum tokens will be 0. Add a message will be user message. For the text content, I'm going to paste in this. It's another prompt that you can pause here or go to the school community to get. And then we're going to change in some of these links. So email subject, right there. Email text, right there. Okay, I added these 2 templates because since they weren't there. And then we're going to add the greeting template and then the signature template like that. Make sure there's space. Okay, perfect. Now recipient name will be the lead full name, and then recipient company will be the lead company name. Sender name will be within the sender full name, and then the sender business name will be sender business name like that. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to show advanced settings and make sure the response format is JSON object and parse response is yes. Okay, let's save that, and then let's run once. Let's go to here, let's test action. Okay, as you can see, this is the result. It fills in the template exactly like how we have it. And then this does not change. This is something that we added personally and it wasn't generated by this. All it does is change in the template size stuff. So like thanks, chance buyer, and it's perfect. And now all we gotta do is create the record. We gotta clone this create record and move it here. And then change all of this to subject, email text. And then let's make sure we have the lead, which will be this ID right there. That's something that I did not add. So let's go back to this and add that lead, which will be ID right there. Perfect. Okay, so that completes the email generation. All we gotta do now is create another route. This one will have the action. And this one will be send email like that. And let's auto line. Let's save that. Let's go back to Airtable. Let's duplicate this. This one let's rename to send emails like that. This one, however, will have a different trigger. This trigger will be a at scheduled time like this. Change trigger. Set interval will be 15 minutes. And we can start that whenever. Let's test that. Okay, perfect. Okay, now what we need to do is create a find records. We're gonna go into the table leads. And then once we select the table, we'll find the records based on the view. And then select the send emails view. And then maximum record limit, make sure it's 1, okay? And then let's test action. And then the run script, we are going to change this record ID to the record ID from find records, record ID like that. And then within this code, let's change this to send email like that. Finish editing. Let's go back to data and let's bulk send emails. If we check the leads and then send emails, oh, we're not getting it. Okay, we're not getting any emails because we never generated any of the emails. So let's go back to keywords. Let's make sure this type is AI email. Okay, once we change the email type, let's go back to automations and let's go back to make. Let's run once. Let's go back to here and let's run this. Okay, it completed updating the email. So now let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. Go to leads. And so now we should see the send emails should have 1 because it finished creating that email. and added it. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to automations. Let's go to send emails. Let's find records. Okay, it found a record. Now let's go to this run script. Let's go back to make and let's run once. And then let's test action. Should come down this route. I think it's because we don't have anything here. So let's go to Airtable and let's get a record. Okay, so let's go to get a record. Let's select the connection and then select the base. And then the table will be leads. Record ID will be record ID from the first Airtable. Let's hit OK. After that, let's go to the Gmail, send an email. Make sure you connect your email connection. All you have to do is just add here and connect there. Now let's add in the to email will be this email right here. Subject will be email subject, and it's within that little one. So make sure you go down to the drop down. Content will be, okay, I'm gonna paste in this content from my previous automation. Let's fix this. So email greeting, be number 1. I'm adding these two BR HTML elements. These are just enters. And so we have to add in that, and enters here will not do anything within the email. So in order to have some spacing, we're gonna add those two. Okay, now let's go into this and let's add in the email text. Go into the little one, add the email text, and then let's add the email signature. Email signature number 1. Okay, so basically we have all the way that. Okay, and then after that, I added a little custom signature for my business. And then I also added an Google form with an unsubscribe link. Okay, and then we got to make sure we add in the email so that it autofills. So I will show you what this looks like. For now, let's just hit OK. And then let's make sure we update a record. We're going to update the lead to have a send email as checkmark. So let's go to leads. The record ID will be the same record ID. And then the email sent will be yes. Okay, once you have that, we're going to hit OK. And then let's save, and then let's run once. Let's go back to Airtable, and then let's test action. And then there we go. It's sent. Let's check out the email. Okay, this is the email. A quick question for Amazon Shop. And then it has, this is the AI generated email. Has the best regards, Transpire. And then this is the custom little signature that I have, where I have a book a call link and then join the community, which is the school community here, which you guys should totally join. And then I had this little unsubscribe link. So if you hit the unsubscribe link, it will take you this Google form, where it fills in that email for you. And then all you have to do is hit submit, and then it'll unsubscribe. This is basically a good thing to do now, is to turn on these automations right here. And then you can turn this one on as well. Now there is one thing missing, and that is the auto run feature. I added another workflow that does all of this automatically, so that I'm not having to click these buttons here within the keywords. Because in order for keywords to work, I'm having to click all of these buttons for it to do that. But I also have this auto send daily. And so if this is sent, it will automatically generate the leads. It will bulk create the emails and then bulk send the emails every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, it sends one email, and that's because we don't want to spam Gmail. It will flag the account. But if we don't, we just do 15 minutes. That is what I added, and so that is a huge feature. So I'm gonna add that auto send daily right now. Okay, so let's go to automations within our Airtable. Let's duplicate this send emails. We're gonna do this add scheduled time, which will be days. Be 1 day. I do it at around 5:30 a.m. I just do that because it's in the morning. It generates all the leads in the morning, and then it will have plenty of emails to go throughout the day during the working hours. So that's when most emails should be sent. And then here we're gonna delete this find records, and then this test script, let's edit this code, remove the record ID, and paste in the code. Okay, let's paste in this. This is the auto send action, and I just remove the record ID so that we're not supplying any record ID. Let's finish editing. And then let's rename this automation to auto send daily. Okay, we can turn that on. So at once a day, it will do the 5:30 a.m. Okay, and now what we do, let's go back to make. Let's go to the router. Let's add another route. This one will be action equal to auto send, like that. And then let's auto align. Okay, now let's go to Airtable and search records. Let's go to the lead generation demo base. Let's go to the table keywords, select all. And then let's make sure the view is auto send daily. So we're getting all the auto send daily views. The limit we can make 10,000, something crazy like that. Let's hit OK. And then let's put that into an array. So array aggregator. Source module will be the search records right there. And let's select all except for these three. Let's hit OK. And then let's go to an iterator module. Let's iterate through that array. And then let's go to Airtable and update a record. Let's go to lead generation demo. Select the base. Select the keywords table. The record ID will be the first ID here. And then all we're going to do is we're going to set the bulk generate emails to yes, bulk generate email to yes, and then bulk send emails to yes. And then all we got to do is hit OK. And so basically all of those keywords, all keywords that have an auto send daily set to yes, all of these will have a check marked, and then it will go through the generate emails, we'll uncheck mark that, generate emails, and then send emails, and those will all be uncheck marked once all of those are through. And then what the auto send daily does is once a day, it sets all of the auto set dailies check marked, all of these check marked. So it basically sets off the entire automation for us without having us to come in here and check mark everything. So that is the complete lead generation machine and automation. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe and like. Once again, I will have this template in the school community, so you can check that out. And let me know in the comments if you have any issues or anything that you think could be better or optimized. I'd love to hear it, and I look at all comments, so check that out, and we'll see you in the next one.